Brought to you by Penguin.
Triple Cross by Tom Bradby, read by Juliet Aubrey. Prologue. Now Kate Henderson was sure. She had seen the clean-shaven man with faded jeans, olive t-shirt, and fawn trainers while she waited in line at the butcher's shop on the square. And the woman with dark glasses, a lime sundress, and what looked like a blue Chloe handbag had been paying for parking just in front of them when they arrived in the centre of town an hour ago. Kate put down the giant aubergines she was about to buy, nodded regretfully at the wizened Frenchman behind the trestle table, and wandered nonchalantly back along the market stalls until she was standing beneath the entrance to the Grand Cathedral, the Église Notre-Dame de Bergerac. She glanced up at the clock and wove her way across the road and into the pedestrian zone beyond. It was the kind of day the south of France had been invented for, perhaps 23 or 24 degrees in the sun, and she was grateful for the patches of shade as she turned left and wandered along a side street, gazing unhurriedly into the shop windows. She went into a store selling the most expensive stationery she'd ever seen and spent a few minutes trying out fountain pens at the counter. When she emerged again, she didn't look back and was careful to move with the same relaxed gait and rhythm. She walked on through a covered market, stopping to buy some pastries, and finally got back to find her husband and children still at the table in the little square, lingering over the dregs of their coffee. "Success?" Stuart asked, noticing that his wife was carrying little in the way of groceries. "Yes, we need to go." "Take a seat, I'll order you a café au lait." "We need to go now. Don't make a fuss, don't argue, don't look surprised or shocked. Just get up, go in and pay, and then we'll leave." They looked at her, dumbfounded. "What's going on?" Stuart asked. She gave him a broad smile, swinging her back towards the cathedral so that there was no chance any of her watchers could read her lips. "Just do as I say, Stuart, and please don't ask any more questions." All three looked like they wanted to argue with her, to fight against this intrusion of the past into their fragile idyll, but they knew better than to try. Fiona and Gus stood at either side of their mother as they waited for their father to pay. "It's getting hot," Kate said. Neither answered. "Even I might have a swim later," she added. Stuart returned. "Most expensive coffee in history," he said easily. "Almost as bad as bloody Venice." Kate smiled at him, and they turned down the cobbled street in the direction of the quay and the river. And now she spotted a third shadow. She'd seen the young woman with a nose piercing and Crocs by the fig stall at the market around the cathedral. Or was she imagining things? Kate moved faster. She took Fiona and Gus's hands and they held on to her willingly. "Come on," she said. She wanted to run and was starting to pull along both her children. "What is it?" Stuart whispered again. "What spooked you?" Kate shepherded them across the road, which ran alongside the Dordogne River, sparkling now in the midday sun. The quay doubled as a car park. "Get in," Kate said, as they reached their rented Renault Clio. She took the keys from Stuart. "You're not insured," he said, but she ignored him. She slid in behind the wheel, pulled the driver's seat forward, glanced in the rear view and side mirrors. The man in the olive t-shirt was 40 or 50 yards behind her, but moving fast. "What the hell's going on?" Fiona's voice was shrill with fear. Kate reversed steadily, ignoring her daughter. As she turned onto the road, she watched the man get into a black Volkswagen Golf, the girl with a pierced nose joining him. "Damn," she said. "What is it, Kate?" Stuart asked as she spun around the corner, accelerated to the top of the slope, and swung right onto the narrow old bridge that led away from the town. "I don't know yet." "Are we being followed?"
Sample complete. Ready to continue?